You do not have to go out here and convince these. They're going to write what they want to write anyway. Don't try to convince nobody who y'all are, bro.
I don't care who your QB is at this point. If your O-line is still crap, okay, right guard, left guard can't do nothing, okay, and Jerry Jeudy's still dropping the ball. Hey, nieces and nephews, welcome to Auntie Faye Breaks the Huddle. All right, y'all, we're gonna get right into this video. So I know we've been talking a lot about Mary Kay Cabot, Browns media, but we're still gonna get right up into it, honey, because I'm here to show it all, okay? Now, I think it's so funny when Browns media say things like, oh, the Sanders or Shedeur brings in the circus, or just people who say that in general, right? Like the Whitlock, Jason Whitlock loves to say that, just the media in general, right? It's hilarious because the Browns has always been a circus, okay? Before Shedeur got there, before Shedeur even made it into college, okay? The Browns has always been a circus. Browns, I need y'all to take some accountability for what you guys have always been. So we're gonna get into some clips, honey, of past press, okay? Past players speaking up about the Browns always being the Browns. In the meantime, niece and nephew, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that post notification box so you never miss an upload from Auntie. We're gonna get right into this, baby, because this is a mess, okay? And shouts out to all my unks and aunties out there. Let's get to it.
So you'll be fine for Thursday night?
I feel fine.
Do you think as a team, as a unit, you guys can, rally and pull yourselves together to get up for a game already on Thursday?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the will of this team and the way these guys fight and, just that relentless effort is something that, and you don't see it outside the building, but I see it inside the building, and the guys in the locker room see it. And like I said, though, it's tough and it's supposed to hurt. You care so much about this game.
Getting slammed on that one sack after coming off of a concussion couldn't have felt too good for the head, though, right?
No, I felt fine.
What did Dak say to you after the game?
And just, continue to do what you're doing. And we told each other, we're proud of each other. And he just said, hey, man, you're playing great and continue to keep working hard. And
Mary Kay has always been, she just toxic as fuck. Mary Kay's always been toxic. Like, so how did it feel getting your head slammed on a like who, what? Yep, I'm great. I'm fine. I'm fine, Mary Kay. I'm fine. Mary Kay get on my nerves, y'all. She gets on my last nerves. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all, we're gonna watch another clip. This is just, now if y'all don't know who this is Jarvis Landry. He used to play for the Dolphins. He was amazing in the Dolphins, like amazing. And the Dolphins were trying to be cheap and didn't want to pay him. And Dolphins wanted him to stay, but they were talking contract. He had amazing numbers. He should have gotten paid, but Dolphins, of course, were being cheap. So they sent him where your career dies, which is the Browns. And if y'all look at his old press when he was playing for the Dolphins, just his look, his demeanor was just so different. Like how he used to be in front of the mic like this. Yeah, like he just used to stand up taller. He didn't look sad in the face. And then he goes to the Brown and this is what you get. Just toxic energy.
Yeah, I would never say nothing like that. I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, very. I would never look to another team during a game, especially that we're losing, and say, come get me. Michael or whoever the source was, you know what I mean? Like it's all about clicks now, and I get it, but at the end of the day, like, don't try to slander my name or, if you didn't hear me say it directly, you shouldn't have to be able to report about it.
Does that go against everything you are saying?
Absolutely. I would never.
I just want y'all to know, this is years ago. So this is years ago of him saying, this is Jarvis Landry saying, it's all about clicks now. Y'all been about clicks. Y'all been about this, okay? You know what I mean? And if y'all don't know what this video was about, let me read it out to you. So it says, local Browns reporter lies, got slammed by Jarvis Landry. Don't try to slander my name. If you didn't hear me say it, you shouldn't have to be able to report about it. It's all about clicks. They've been doing this. Browns has always been a circus. They have always been toxic. Let's not put this on Shedeur. Let's not do it. Let's not put it on his fan base. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. You guys have always been like this, okay? Y'all will not change. This is who y'all are. I low-key believe the Browns media don't want the Browns to win. If the Browns start winning, they're not gonna have nothing to talk about. They can't be negative anymore. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what it is. Okay, so we're gonna watch another clip of Jarvis Landry, and this is him on his podcast, and he is basically having a conversation, and I want you to hear what he has to say. Okay,
Stay out of Cleveland media. You don't have to tell these people who you are. Just show them. You do not have to go out here and convince these. They're gonna write what they want to write anyway. Don't try to convince nobody who y'all are, bro. Y'all two African American quarterbacks in the NFL, which is very rare. Not too many of us get a chance to play that position in this league, man. Y'all role models for a lot of people. Don't let nobody in that media on that team make y'all come out of y'all character, say anything that y'all should not be saying. Just go out there, compete as brothers. Love on each other, help each other. That's what it is all about. And let y'all play speak for itself.
I agree with this 100%. And this is why, like, low key, as much as we want Shedeur to play, and as much as we feel like Shedeur is better, I still feel like it's better than Deshaun. Let's not even bash Deshaun either. Let's do one better. Let's not even bash Dillon Gabriel. Even though Dillon Gabriel and his girl be throwing shade, we're not even going to do that. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, Dillon Gabriel also got put in a really crappy situation, right? He got picked 3rd round from Kevin, knowing he wasn't better than Shedeur. Let's keep it real. Knowing he wasn't. So automatically he gets picked 3rd round. Then they go pick Shedeur 5th round. Now that makes Dillon Gabriel feel kind of uncomfortable. I'm sure Dillon Gabriel and Kevin was having like little conversations, and you know, Kevin was trying to tell him, you're my guy, you're gonna be my guy, you're gonna be great, no worries, don't worry about what they're saying online. And Dillon Gabriel is now starting to be like, okay, I'm your guy, this is gonna happen, blah blah blah. And then he gets on the field and you realize everything is not all it's crack up to be. That's why I've always felt like Shedeur was gonna be a better QB than Dillon, because I'm still saying that although Shedeur numbers were not as great, look at what was around him. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he had a coach that didn't believe in him whatsoever. I feel like Shedeur plays better and can play in chaos. Deshaun Watson and Dillon cannot. Like I said, Dillon in college never had chaos around him. Oregon Ducks were on point. The O-line on point. D-line on point. Wide receivers on point. Everybody was on point. He barely got sacked. If that. Barely. Okay, he had a perfect crew around him. At Colorado, Shedeur didn't. Okay, first, I don't know, y'all, I lost count how many times Shedeur got. That first game with Colorado versus TCU, you know how much Shedeur got sacked and still won the game? And still won the game. Their defense was not good. O-line was not there. D-line it still won a game. That's because Shedeur was able to sling that ball, throw that ball to Travis Hunter. He had amazing wide receivers. Jimmy Horn, Xavier Weaver. I forgot about Xavier Weaver. Somebody told me I haven't mentioned him. We're going to keep up on him too. He's still at the Cardinals. Okay. Xavier Weaver. He had these small people around him that he was able to utilize, right? And in the following season, it got even better. The O-line got a little better. Defense got a lot better, right? And now you were just able to win more games. If you put people around them, at this point, it don't matter who wins QB1. Let's keep it real. It don't matter who wins QB1. Because if everything else around them is not good, let me show y'all something. We're going to listen to Cam Newton right quick. I love me some Cam. I like how he talked. You know, he keeps it real. He don't really care. He don't care to sugarcoat anything whatsoever. So we're gonna listen to Cam Newton right quick and listen to what he has to say. Cause Browns, y'all have an issue, okay? Y'all have an issue, okay? Hold on, before we move on to Cam Newton, we're gonna watch a old press conference of Deshaun Watson, okay? Deshaun Watson, around that time, he lost his dad. His dad passed away. He lost his brother, and then like Cleveland media was still throwing shade while he was dealing with this. It's just the weirdest thing ever. Okay, so let's continue.
Looking back at what you guys did through the offseason training camp, what gives you the confidence that this isn't a sign of things to come?
Because it's 17 more weeks. At the end of the day, football is definitely something that we got to take very, very serious, and it's our job, it's our career. But there's other things that's bigger than this. I lost my dad Friday. I lost my brother, my teammate yesterday, DeAndre Overton. He's only 26 years old. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a long week. They gave me an opportunity to go back home, but, I told them I wanted to be here with my guys.
I'm sorry to have to ask something like this, but how hard must that have been to lose your dad?
Yeah, I try my best to just, try at least 3 hours to separate the two. I'm not going to use that as an excuse of why we play bad. But, yeah, it was definitely a lot of, a heavy heart.
Jameis seemed like he had a lot of encouraging words and some uplifting messages for you. Can you share some of what he talked to you about?
Yeah, I don't want to share too much because it was very personal.
I thought this was the full clip. In the full clip, Mary Kay says to him, I have to find the full clip, y'all. I'm sorry. In the full clip, Mary Kay says to him, do you think that you losing your dad is gonna continue on to impact you still losing games? Ooh, she make me so sick. She make me so sick. And if y'all don't remember this one right here, this was Mary Kay asking Shedeur about his dad, right? Shedeur already knew exactly what to say.
That
you guys can't hear it, but she's asking about the cancer.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I'm here not to talk about Pops and them. I'm here for the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, my question was, though, if you don't mind answering this, do you kind of have to, just like you said, be where your feet are and not, I'm sure that's something that would be a worry to you if you let yourself kind of think about it here. So is that something that you're trying to just
I'm focused on learning this playbook and everything I got to do to be the most successful quarterback I could be and be the best teammate I could be. Outside of that, I don't really have no thoughts or, really opinions on.
If you guys didn't hear what she said, she was saying how, your dad was in the podcast, he said, and then Shedeur then cuts her off and said, I'm here, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm focused, I don't know nothing about that, I'm focused on the Cleveland Browns. Clearly he knows, but he's not gonna tell the press, yeah, I know, yeah, me, of course he knows, right? And then she goes on to say, do you think what your dad is going through is gonna impact how you move toward it? He's like, I'm here to focus on this game, the playbook, I'm here to get better. So he keeps cutting her off because he doesn't need her to finish what she has to say, because we already know is BS, okay? So we're gonna continue on. Now let me go get this Cam Newton video right quick.
No matter if it's Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Cam Newton, Tom Brady, Joe Namath, you name it, none of that matters. If you got the 32nd lead production unit in the wide receiver unit, it doesn't matter if your wide receiver core led the league in drops. It doesn't matter that we have an inability to protect our greatest asset with the left guard, center, right tackle, left tackle. It's the O-line. Got more holes in my shirt right now. Got more Swiss than cheese. Don't matter who you quarterback, that ain't an argument. Somebody need to start holding Jerry Jeudy accountable. Because, brother, you came to Cleveland to be the number one guy. That production hasn't been number one. So that's why we got to go out and get Concepcion so we can get it on. But ain't nobody saying that. Shedeur ain't gonna say it, Deshaun ain't gonna say it, Dylan ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. It don't matter who you choose out of them three. That production around them has to be better. Do they have a good running back? Yes, and Quishon Judkins. But understand, he don't got no versatility. Like he can run downhill, but now as the game is seen, we're trying to see a Jahmyr Gibbs brother, an Alvin Kamara brother, Christian McCaffrey brother. The running back position has changed. Like, hey, we need some assets around us because we've been looking mighty ass.
So do you think that it's with Deshaun Watson, what attributes to them not having the pieces around him? Is it because his contract? Is it?
Call it what you want. The wide receiver core and the tight end position has been limited in production. They ranked 32nd and led the league in drop passes with 49. No matter who your quarterback is, you need help. The lack of versatility in the running back position. They finished 31st in points per game and 27th in rushing yards per game. So now, Cleveland Brown offensive line was ranked among the worst in the NFL at 31st according to Pro Football Focus final in 2025 overall rankings. 224 pressures, 29 sacks, and saw their tackles allowed as a league high with 143 pressures. I don't care who that person that's behind center said, why they did, like it don't matter.
I agree with Cam 100%. At this point, it doesn't matter who's the QB. If all the pieces around them aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. I like what he said. I don't care if you got Tom Brady back there. I don't care if you have Mahomes, Lamar. If that O-line ain't doing what it's supposed. Okay, listen. Who was number Falele? Falele played for the Ravens. Thank goodness the Giants got him. Thank you, Harbaugh. Thank you for that, right? Falele was horrible. Falele was horrible, okay? Lamar couldn't get out. Falele, like it would be like once in a blue moon. When I mean blue moon, I mean like once in a blue moon, like once every 6 weeks, Falele would do something good. Then after that, he wasn't producing whatsoever. Lamar was getting sacked. He wasn't being protected. He wasn't able to run the way he wanted to run. It was to the point that he didn't even want to run anymore. I don't care who your QB is at this point. If your O-line is still crap, okay, right guard, left guard can't do nothing. Okay, and Jerry Jeudy's still dropping the ball. I'm just saying. Jerry Jeudy ain't produced nothing since what? Denver? I mean, I don't even think he produced at Denver at all. Because remember, Jerry Jeudy and Steve Smith had a little beef going. Let me find that clip for y'all, okay? My whole point of this video is the whole franchise has always been toxic.
Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy was walking by and Steve called out to him, and he got a different reaction.
I called out to him because on my podcast, Cut to It, I just talked about guys that maybe have not showed up in a way or in a manner. And so the word that I've used to describe him in the past was a jag, just a guy.
Just a guy.
And so when I saw him, he's playing well. I wanted to say to him face to face, like, hey, I know I said some things in the past I probably shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say to him. His response, Mike Robb and Bucky, was ninja.
Ninja?
Yes, I'm using the word ninja. I'm just using the word ninja. I don't mess with you. And it was a curse word. And so I was like, all right. And then he repeated it. So I'll say it again. I'm sorry that I said you were a jag, just a guy who's an average wide receiver they use a first-round pick on that isn't doing anything. I hope today that you actually show up in a way that you haven't showed up in the last couple of years since they drafted you. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver that they eventually will move on. And when teams call me and asking, should they trade for you? I will say no, don't trade for Jerry Jeudy because he's mentally unable to handle constructive criticism from people who watch specifically, can he be a wide receiver? He could be a wide receiver. He's a tier 3. Go back into the studio. I'm done now. Thank you.
All these drafts that has happened, last year drafts, the year before draft, the year before draft, before Shedeur even got there, before Shedeur even got to college, the only great drafts, they did was really on defense. I feel like the Browns really focus on their defense. That's why their defense is just what it is. You know what I mean? Now, we don't know if their defense is going to be that this year. That's another thing. That's why you need, and this is why I say Shedeur is best to be QB1 because Shedeur is better in chaos. Shedeur can make shit work. You saw what his numbers were first season at Colorado with a horrible O-line. On top of that horrible defense, but he had wide receivers that were not gonna drop the ball. At the Browns, there's no good O-line. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, okay? Wide receivers, let's see what happens. Let's see, maybe Jerry Jeudy get better, maybe. But if Jerry Jeudy don't, KC is gonna have to be wide receiver 1 at this point. And I like what he said about Junkins. I didn't realize that Junkins really be running like down straight. He's not a big, like, you know how Derrick Henry runs on the side, like he does great running on the slide. Like he starts in the middle, then he ends up on the side and he goes down for a touchdown. Junkins runs like straight down. Like he can get through you, but sometimes he can't. And then what, right? The core of the running backs has changed. What you're supposed to be looking for has changed. I don't know, y'all. I think this is going to be something to see. I can't wait for OTAs. I cannot wait for the preseason. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Football is back. Football is back. And yeah, Browns are toxic. Y'all need to do better. So I just think just the whole mentality of the Browns is always putting everything on the players and nothing on the coaches. You know what I mean? The coaching staff previous to that. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this video. Let me know how you guys feel. Let me know if you agree with Cam Newton. Let me know if you agree that Browns has always been toxic, unless you feel otherwise, unless you feel like it's the players' issue and not the media. Let me know down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, nieces and nephews, don't talk nice to me, talk sports with me. Ciao.